Welcome, everyone, to Beyond the Story, a presentation by Sprints, where we are trying to bring out unique stories of F&B landscape within Dubai at this moment. Today, we have a very interesting guest with us. Before I move on to the guest, I would like to talk about something that has been running in my head for a while. You know, all my friends that I've studied with, most of the times you end up having these conversations with them. And if all of them are working in different companies, but if I were to ask them, hey, what would you like to start if you have some money with you? What kind of business would you like to start? Invariably, I get a single response that we would like to start a restaurant. Restaurant is something that is always in the top 5 things to be started. But an interesting statistic, if you put restaurant business failures in Google, you're going to find that restaurant business is in the top 5 list of businesses that typically fail. Now, the question is, why are people drawn towards starting and opening a restaurant? So today we are having an interesting guest, Mr. Alakia Ghosh. He's from Calcutta. He's going to be talking to us about his journey of why he started a restaurant here in Dubai. And I'm going to allow him to talk more about his restaurant. Welcome, Alakia, to the
Thank
to
you,
the show.
Sherry. Thank you.
So let me begin by asking Alakia, before we go into this entire journey of why you started the restaurant, and I'm going to allow you to name the restaurant, tell us a little bit about yourself. So I want everyone to understand the journey of where you've come from, so it could inspire people. You know, because I know you're not from the F and you didn't study catering or anything, right?
No,
So you're
no,
not from the F&B space.
no.
So tell us about your journey to begin with.
Well, to begin with, I was always a foodie. I was a big foodie. Yeah, I loved food, different kinds of food, not just stuck with one. I loved to experiment with food. And I started cooking when I was in class 3 or something. Yeah, I started making eggs and stuff. I learned, and then I made tea for my parents. Stuff like that started with them. Then I somewhere weirdly I had a passion towards it. I loved cooking. Even at that age, I would go home, try to make something new. Like I didn't stick to any proper recipes. I mixed that, and try to see what comes out, stuff like that. Apart from that, then as a typical Indian from a typical Indian family, I was made to go into engineering. So I did my civil engineering, worked in a batching plant for a few years, couple of years, then COVID hit. Then I thought, what am I doing here? Because there was no work, nothing. I was sitting at home. It was quite depressing at that time. So I thought that I'll maybe let's do MBA and go out of this country. Maybe I'll do something better there. So got into a university in UK. I went there, I did my MBA, and while doing my MBA, I was working in other places as well, doing part-time jobs and stuff. So I met a very nice guy there who became a good friend. He was a head chef of a very big chain of hotels. So we were talking about food all the time and how to do that. He was also interested in opening his own. So was I. So we were looking into opportunities and stuff. But UK didn't happen. And what happened is Dubai. Came into Dubai, and yeah, I finally met another guy. Then he guided me through that. He also has a lot of restaurants in Dubai.
Interesting.
So he guided me, he helped me. We talked initially, and he had the same amount of passion for food as do I. So we clicked somehow, somewhere.
Got
So
it.
he said that I'm gonna help you. You're gonna do it. So I came into it.
Very
That's it.
interesting. Very interesting story. An MBA, Alakia. Wow. MBA from UK. That is one hell of academic reputation to have to get into this business. So help us understand the name of the restaurant and why did you choose that particular dish?
I can explain you why the dish, but the name wanted something catchy.
Okay.
The dish is dosa. The name of the restaurant is Dosa World, and the dish we focus on is dosa. Why dosa? Dosa in India, all of India has a staple as rice. It's just not
Correct.
India. It's
Right.
Asia, I believe. Staple is rice.
Right.
So everyone eats boiled rice. They make congee. In Japan, they make mochi out of rice.
Right.
In India, the I think the most different kind of rice that we do is dosa. We make rice into something else altogether and represent it in a different way, which actually intrigues me a lot. So we are doing something new. It's not the same old thing, rice, chow, dal, and everything altogether. So, and dosa is something which has been in India for 2000 years.
Of
It's a
course.
very,
Yes.
very traditional dish of ours.
I
So I
think
thought,
the rest of the world copied and called it pancakes.
no, they call it
No?
crepe.
Crepe. Crepe.
Yes,
You're
crepe.
right. Crepe. Yeah. Anything that we take and do. So Dosa World. So how did you go about choosing your location? What really happened, Alekia?
Karama is a spot for all the food joints. Every food joint grew from Karama. All the like, for example, Chaat Bazaar. You see Raju Omelette. They had their first branch in Karama, and then they spread in all over Dubai. So Karama is the place where people come in looking for food to try food. So I thought Karama would be the best location to start.
Firstly, I'm trying to understand. Food is, as it is, a very difficult sell. Dosa, I get the whole point and the passion behind why you picked up dosa as a dish. Don't you think if someone else were to come to you and say, why have you put the name of the dish in the restaurant? Couldn't you have kept some catchy name just like that? And then tomorrow you would have had an opportunity to, make more things under this name. Did that ever cross your mind?
Well, you're right, but I wanted to focus on the dish we are best at,
Okay,
you know, dosas, and we have some very unique dishes that made with the dosa batter
understood.
itself. And dosa, particularly dosa, is very healthy. It's nutritionally complete as well, since it has lentils and rice mixed
Yes.
together. So it's a complete protein. So I think dosa as a dish goes pretty good.
Fair enough. Fair enough. How are you trying to? How are you trying? Since I understand, how old is the restaurant, Alakya now?
It's just 5 months now,
Okay,
4.5, 5. Yeah.
so in about 4 or 5 months, we're gonna hit the season now.
Yes.
I'm definitely wishing well and hope that it reaches amazing heights. Let me ask you, Alakya, what is so different about your menu versus dosa anywhere else? I mean, there is dosa served in Saravana Bhavan, there is dosa served in Saranga, there is dosa served. I don't know.
Plenty of.
Almost everybody serves dosa, and there is a big dosa, small dosa, there is a family dosa, and so on and so forth. What is going to be different in dosa world if anybody were to walk in today?
Well, I'll say two things about us and the other reviews I get from customers. The customers that walk in, we have Bikaner Wala just opposite Dosa World. Yeah, they sell dosas as well. I have customers who are a regular at Saravana Bhavan. So they come to our place, they eat dosas, and they are like, no, I'll come back here rather than going there. So that's what the customers have reviewed us like. And for us, we do not use dalda or anything. We always use fresh butter. We use good quality butter like Amul butter and Amul ghee all the time. So we maintain our quality is our top priority.
Right.
The second thing is we have a new menu coming up where I would be introducing a kind of dosa ball
Oh,
which you won't find anywhere, I'm sure.
okay.
So I won't, of course, disclose the recipe and stuff,
Sure.
but yeah, I hope people come and try it. It'll
That
be
is interesting. A dosa ball. Is that a dosa that is already made and then rolled up to a ball?
no, not
No.
at all, not at
Okay.
all. The
Okay.
dosa is shaped like a ball and then fried, deep fried, and made into a very snacky thing
Okay.
with cheese filled. It has a nice cheese pull in it.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah,
That could become a bestseller with children.
I hope so. Let's say, why not adults? Like you love pizza, I love pizza. We always go for pizza, right?
Right.
So why not cheese balls? Dosa cheese balls. Why not?
Absolutely. It does make a lot of sense. What other things do you serve in your restaurant other than dosas?
Oh, we have idlis, vadas. Our
Okay.
vadas are currently what people say are the best in Karama. Some people even say best in Dubai as well. So, which is contradictory to the name of Dosa World. But yeah, our vadas are good as well. Yeah. But we also have rice, different kinds
Okay.
of rice, tomato
Okay.
rice, coriander rice, curry leaves rice, mushroom rice,
Oh, that's
and
interesting.
a lot of different kinds of porridges, which you would definitely love. We are a pure vegetarian, but we also offer for people who wants to have extra protein, so we can offer their choice of eggs as well.
Oh,
We
well,
have
that's
a,
interesting.
yeah, if someone wants boiled eggs with their meal or omelette or a sunny side up, even poached eggs as well. So we do that for them. So and we have different a lot of different kinds of snacks coming up,
Okay.
and then we are also introducing a little bit of a Chinese section. So it's not nothing related to dosa, but yeah, our chefs are very good at Chinese as well.
Okay.
So I thought, why not let that be in the menu?
Sure. Sure.
So
This is one of those situations where uh, what is that dish called? Mysore pak, right? There is one
okay,
sweet dish called Mysore pak.
okay,
The Mysore is the name of a city,
yes, exactly.
but then everybody makes it, so it really doesn't matter, right?
We
So
have our
I
Mysore
think
masala
dosa.
dosa as
Oh,
well.
you yeah yeah of course of course. So I was just saying, with even with the dosa world in the name, you could still serve anything and potentially become big, or get famous for the vada, like you said.
Yeah, we also have a very healthy menu for the gym goers for like
Oh, okay.
spinach dosa wrap, like a dosa made with spinach, beetroot, and stuff like that. We have grilled paneer, grilled halloumi, made into a very healthy wrap. You have a
Wow.
quick bite, and you are nutritionally complete meal
Wow.
now.
Is that wrapped around the dosa?
Yeah, a set dosa. We make a
Wow.
soft set dosa, infuse spinach in it. Also inside with the wrap, there's chutneys and stuff, and then wrapped it.
I'm gonna try that.
Sure, of course.
Interesting. So Alakya, where do you see this going? So it is Dosa World today. We're hitting the season. Let's all hope that it becomes a big hit. Where from here?
I'm seeing multiple branches of it, turning it to a brand. Like for dosas, people won't think anywhere else, just Dosa World.
Okay.
Let others do everything else, but dosas, they should leave it to me. That's what I'm aiming for.
That's very, oh well, that is something to aim for. Another thing that's popping in my mind, Alakya, why see, people can make dosas at home, right?
Yeah,
Normally you go to a restaurant. When you go to a restaurant, you try to take something that you don't want to make at home, or it takes a lot of time to cook, or you know it's very laborious job. But dosa is something that anybody would just very quickly make it,
it's
right?
not like that.
It's not like that.
It's not. They chefs require months of training to make that perfect, round, crispy, thin dosa. It requires a lot of skills to make that. And what in home you can make it, but it won't be what you get at the restaurant.
Of course, of course, that is quite interesting. In terms of uh, your passion towards food, which you claimed that when you were a kid, I think in third grade, you said you
Yeah.
already started cooking. Did you make a dosa?
I made dosa quite late in my life, not
Okay.
at that age. Quite late, because dosa, idlis were pretty much staple breakfast.
Right.
Even being a Bengali from Calcutta, we always had dosas, and my favorite was dosas and idli for breakfast. So my mom would always make that. Obviously, it wouldn't be like the restaurant style. It would be a pancakey, soft dosa, smaller size. It's more like set dosas, what you can make at home. So yeah, I tried making that with the bought dosa batter what you get, but not by grinding everything. Then I
Understood.
tried it.
Understood. So let's talk a little bit about the business angle, Alakya, right? How do you, how are you foreseeing to try and get more and more people into your restaurant to dine in, as well as to cater to those that would like to have it at their house?
Mm-hmm.
Um, what is the strategy there? What are you planning to do to grow your business?
What I'm doing is, one is word of mouth. Yeah, I personally be there as the customers, if they like it, would they be returning, that kind of thing.
A
And
relationship, essentially.
making a relationship with them. Yeah, and we already have a lot of loyal customers. Some customers were a regular Bikanirwala, and now I told you before, Bikanirwala, Sarvana Bhavan, they are now coming to me. But unfortunately, currently we don't have a lot of dining space. So once the response gets even better, I'm planning to open a larger version of Dosa World where I could accommodate more people for dining. And for deliveries, it was initially a big challenge because dosas, once you deliver, it doesn't remain that crisp and that shape
Yeah.
doesn't go there. So what I did was I measured our dosas and everything and customized the box, yeah, with channel so that dust don't get it, but the hot air goes out and it remains crisp for at least 45 minutes. So that is how I'm trying to deliver the dosa experience to people who are
Right.
ordering online.
Right.
So
Well, that was my next question. You already answered because dosas, when you deliver them, if it takes time, I have ordered dosas where there is a plastic that is put around it, and it kind of sticks to it, and then after about 45 minutes or so, and then you feel that okay, this is not something that you want to eat, right? You obviously want it hot, right? Uh, Try and help me understand what does a repeat customer mean to you in your business. You said people are coming from Bikanabala, from Saranaban, they're coming to your place. What does it mean to you?
repeat customers are a sort of honor. I take it as an honor for me. Like someone tried my food. They went to other places as well in between, but
Yeah.
they somewhere remembers again that I want to try this. I want to go there. I want to have that kind of food. That taste I want. So that makes me feel good. That kind
Right.
of feeling. I think that's what the repeat customers are for me.
Right. So, and if you are having a repeat customer, what are you doing for them? Is there anything extra?
Yes, there is. For my loyal customers, I'll always give them something, like we are making something special. We give them that. We give them sweets, extra sweets and stuff. Anything. Like what we have. Like if someone is, for example, someone orders a dosa and a medu vada. Yeah. But we have an extra medu vada made for him. He didn't order, but he probably doesn't want to pay for it. So ask them, if you want another vada, it's on the house. You get it. We have kesari. Yeah. So someone
My
orders.
daughter loves kesari. Yeah.
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 Then we give them, like they ordered something, a hefty meal. They didn't want dessert, but we don't force them to order it. We
Got it.
just, yeah, you are a customer, so you should have an entire meal. That's what I
Right. So
currently do.
in the place where you're located, Alakya, I know that you took the location. You must have taken the location with some deliberation. Also, given the fact that availability at the particular time must have come out, and then you pick that location accordingly. But now that you're in that location where you're surrounded by the likes of Bikanarwala and everybody else around you, are you seeing people coming in and around that location? Because there's a possibility that people are living right in the same building that you are, or the building next to you. There are residences, right? Are you seeing that they are regularly coming to you, or are you seeing influx of people from other parts of Dubai coming here and then they're trying it out? What is the trend that you're noticing?
What I say is, on weekdays, it's mostly residentials or locals and some office goers as well. They come in with their laptop and everything, sit with a coffee or tea, work, and have something, because we try to make our ambience very cozy and,
Right.
you know,
Hmm.
cool for people to work. We also have Wi Fi.
Right.
And on weekends, it's all kinds of crowds. Some crowds I find they have come for another restaurant. They saw Dosa World and wanted to try Dosa World, so they got in. And some of them are like, the family gets divided. Some of them want to have North Indian, some South Indian. That is also we have been seeing. So
Okay.
it's a very
And
mix.
how is the demographics of the people that are coming in? When I say demographics, I'm talking, are you only seeing a lot of Indians? Are you also starting to see non-Indians?
Well, majority of them are Indians, but we have got a couple of loyal customers who are from Philippines as well.
Hmm.
Chinese, some came in, and the best part is there's an English couple who came to try our dosa once, and they drive every weekend. Like they have a 15-minute drive from their place. They drive 15 minutes to come to Dosa World, and they sit there, have dosas, and they
Well, that
love
is
it.
amazing. That's a
Yeah,
testimonial on its own.
yeah, that got me like boosted my confidence.
Right. Right. That's amazing. So, help us understand. I mean, when Sprints approached you, like in terms of the business model that Sprints has and how we are trying to do things, where we are trying not to have commissions and trying to provide more back to the restaurant, right? What struck you? Why did you go on to register with Sprints?
Initially, to be honest, it was I wanted to be in all the platforms, right? To for marketing of my place, so I get more orders, more people get to know Dosa World.
Of course.
So when Sprints approached me, it was a very different from all the other aggregators on the market, you know. So I liked it because everyone charges around 30% of commission from every order. Sprint says they don't want commission. They are a subscription based model, business model, which is very unique. Made me wonder though that how are they gonna run the business? Like how will you guys get so much of volume that just subscription would suffice your business? I'm still wondering sometimes, but the model you guys have made, the support you guys give is amazing. It's
Yeah.
I don't have words for it. It's so good.
Thanks a lot for mentioning that. I'm sure the team will be very excited to listen to this. Uh, yeah, part of the reason why Sprints also exists is to try and support restaurant owners such as yourselves, because we do want to make sure that the messenger does not become the hero. The messenger must remain a messenger. The hero is the one that is cooking the food. And a consumer that is ordering is coming to Dosa World because they like it, not because they like the messenger. So we're trying to create that shift, and I'm so glad that you're able to articulate it and recognize that shift. And I think the more and more people start using it, you're right. It's a tough market. We're there. We'll try and get that rolling, but that is where we would love to have uh, an Alakya Ghosh talking about this, talking about yourselves, making your stories come out in front of everybody, and that is what is going to make the whole experience of anybody that is coming into Dosa world should know who you are, should know why you started it, right? That is where we are trying to drive it to.
I think more than knowing me, I think they should enjoy the food. I mean,
Absolutely,
they should try the food.
absolutely. I think that is the
That
that
speaks of me, I think.
exactly. So in turn, that is going to speak of you, right? Absolutely. So Alakya, what else do you do in your free time? What are your hobbies?
So as hobbies, I have very typical ones. I like playing games, video games. I used to read books, but it's out of touch now. I don't read books anymore. Listen to music maybe and watch a lot of movies. I love watching movies.
Okay.
My free time, I get some nice snacks.
Hindi?
Or it's mix of everything.
Okay.
Hindi, English, Korean, all kinds of
Okay.
movies. Yeah, even animated as well. It looks. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it has to be a good movie. For example, Ghibli Studios movies are animated, but they are amazing work of art. So
Right. Right.
free time, all I want to do is sit with some good food, with snacks, cup of cold drinks, watch a nice movie on Netflix.
That's interesting. When you spoke about some of your inspirations, you spoke about a chef as a friend that you met in the
Yes.
UK, who inspired you around the F&B space,
Yes.
particularly in the restaurant space.
Technically, there were two chefs who inspired me. There was
Okay.
this Italian lady. She works in a seven-star hotel. She's a pastry chef, and she makes amazing. She spends all day making and designing pastries. She wakes up at 5 in the morning, does some
Wow.
yoga, goes to work, and works like for 8, 9 hours
That is
straight.
some commitment.
Yeah, and she's very happy doing that. Even on Sundays, she would love to go and make pastries. That dedication towards it like really inspired me.
So those that was one chef. The other chef is the person that you mentioned.
Yes, he's an Indian chef, and he is also very passionate about food.
All right. All right. That's great. So you were able to draw up those inspirations and bring them out here. Uh, we are so glad to have you amongst us.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot for talking to us,
Honored.
Alakya. Really appreciate that. And for all the viewers, go to Dosa World. I am waiting for the dosa ball with the cheese, and I'm going to go there for the kesari for my daughter. I will welcome all of you to go to Dosa World, experience what Alakya has to offer, and let us see why it's so different from everybody else. And that's it from Beyond the Story. Thanks.